Hey everyone, before we dive in, here's something really cool. You're listening to an episode created almost entirely by AI. From the script to the voice, this is part of the AI Takeover series by Blockchain DXB, where we explore what's possible when humans hand over the mic to machines. There's little to no human involvement, and that's what makes this episode so powerful. Welcome to the future of content creation. Let's get into it. This episode is powered by Amana, the region's first and fastest-growing regulated all-in-one trading and investing app. Whether you're looking to invest in U.S. stocks like Apple or Tesla, or MENA giants like Adinoc or Salik, Amana puts the financial market at your fingertips. You also get access to gold, foreign exchange, ETFs, futures, and commodities. With over 375 assets to choose from, they've got the largest crypto selection in the region. And listen, guys, if you want to build long-term wealth without thinking about it every day and want to automate your investing, just set your monthly budget, choose your preferred categories, and let Amana do the rest. No fees, no lockups, and 100% customizable. Even better, funding your account is frictionless, and funding your account is easier than ever. You can fund your account with Apple Pay, Google Pay, credit cards, instant bank deposits, and even your crypto wallet. No friction, no hassle. And if you get stuck, Amana offers 24/6 real human customer support and personalized sales assistance. Because you're part of the Blockchain DXB community, you get an exclusive offer. Register with the code Blockchain DXB and make at least one trade to receive a $100 trading bonus credited to your account the following month. So what are you waiting for? Download the Amana app now. The link and code are in the show notes. Next up, Blockchain DXB is proud to be the official media partner for one of the biggest blockchain events of the year, the Blockchain Futurist Conference. For the first time ever, North America's leading crypto event is heading to the United States, taking place at the iconic Guitar Hotel at Hard Rock in Hollywood, Florida. Alongside it is ETH Women, happening simultaneously. Expect multi-stage panels, NFT galleries, DeFi showcases, tech demos, metaverse experiences, and more, all under one roof. It's where the smartest minds in blockchain, crypto, and AI will converge. Get 25% off tickets by using the code DXB25. And yes, I'll be there with exclusive live coverage, behind-the-scenes interviews, and spotlight features on groundbreaking projects. Mark your calendars, November 5th and 6th, 2025. Visit futuristconference.com and use code DXB25. Link is in the show notes. Next up, Blockchain DXB has two more interesting partnership news to announce. First up, with Future Blockchain Summit and FinTech Surge 2025. Blockchain DXB is an official media partner of Future Blockchain Summit and FinTech Surge 2025. Future Blockchain Summit is one of the biggest and oldest blockchain summit taking place in Dubai, going back to almost a decade, 2017 to be precise. The event takes place between October 12th to 15th at Dubai Harbor. This is where blockchain meets fintech to redefine the future of finance. 250 plus world-class speakers, 1,200 plus investors, live demos, product launches, and the exclusive invite-only GITEX Digital Assets Forum, all under one roof. From Web3 pioneers to fintech leaders shaping payments, banking, insurtech, AI, and DeFi, this event brings the entire ecosystem together. Startups, this is your launchpad. Get in front of top VCs, accelerators, and industry leaders. For blockchain and fintech companies, this is where connections turn into partnerships and dreams turn into exits. Register today at futureblockchainsummit.com. Don't just watch the future unfold, own your space in it. Remember, Future Blockchain Summit and FinTech Surge 2025. The registration link is in the show notes below, and see you at Dubai Harbor. Second partnership news kicking off from today is with the leading Bitcoin event organizers on this planet. And this year, Bitcoin Asia is taking things to another level. Bitcoin Asia are hosting a massive gathering this August in Hong Kong, and Blockchain DXB is proud to be an official media partner of Bitcoin Asia 2025. Taking place this August in Hong Kong, Bitcoin Asia is the region's premier Bitcoin gathering, where builders, investors, and innovators meet. It's really an honor for Blockchain DXB to be associated with Bitcoin Asia. Now at this event, expect powerful keynotes, bold conversations, and a headlining session with none other than Eric Trump. He will be sharing his vision for Bitcoin's long-term potential, its role in global finance, and Asia's massive impact on adoption, and a lot more. So listen up, guys. From infrastructure to regulation, privacy tools to lightning development, Bitcoin Asia connects global Bitcoin communities and drives innovation across cultures and markets. And as part of this partnership, you can register for the Bitcoin Asia using the code DXB. All the detail are in the show notes below. If Bitcoin's in your blood, this is your event. So, register today at asia.btc and don't forget to use code DXB for 10% off your tickets. Bitcoin Asia 2025, Hong Kong is calling. Be part of the future of Bitcoin. Next up, Advanced Media is the largest distributor of professional video, photography, cinema, and broadcast accessories in the Middle East. They represent over 100 major brands, including DJI, Hasselblad, Red, and Rode. The mic I'm using to record this? Sponsored by Advanced Media. But what really sets them apart is their commitment to purpose. People, planet, and prosperity. That's not just branding, it's their actual business model. They've partnered with SAE Institute in Dubai to offer scholarships to students pursuing a bachelor's degree in filmmaking, each worth AED 50,000. They also run regular workshops, training programs, and tech showcases across the region. For more info, visit amt.t, that's amt.tv. Finally, let's talk about something every crypto investor should take seriously: security. And that's where Ledger comes in. Ledger is one of the most trusted names in crypto security. Their hardware wallets, like the Nano S Plus and Nano X, keep your assets safe by storing your private keys offline. That means you're protected against hacks, malware, and phishing attempts that can compromise online wallets. The company is headquartered in Paris and is constantly innovating. Their team works with world-class security researchers and regularly tests their own products for vulnerabilities. It's why Ledger wallets are used by millions around the world. Using a hardware wallet isn't just smart, it's essential. If you're serious about crypto, it's time to stop relying on centralized exchanges or browser wallets. Click the link in the show notes to order your Ledger wallet and support this podcast at the same time.
Welcome to the Deep Dive. We take your sources, we dig in, and pull out the real nuggets of knowledge for you. Today, wow, we're plunging into this single, really dense document that's painting quite a picture of huge shifts happening in the global crypto market. And it's not just price charts, right? We're talking about the big forces behind the moves, major U.S. policy, global politics, even some surprising peace initiatives reported in here. Our mission, really, for this deep dive is to unpack how all these threads connect. We'll look at a significant U.S. executive order, explore these reported changes in global stability, and then zoom right into the crypto world itself. We've got details on stablecoins, Chainlink, the infrastructure powerhouse, and yeah, the closure of that big legal battle everyone's been watching. Get ready to connect some dots, maybe in ways you haven't thought about, and hopefully understand what this could all mean for you and, the future of digital assets.
Absolutely. This deep dive really shows how different events, things that seem totally separate, are actually coming together to reshape the whole financial landscape. We'll analyze the impacts reported in the source, try to give some context, and really help you understand the broader implications of what's unfolding here. It's fascinating stuff.
Okay, so let's kick things off with what this material calls, well, monumental news. President Donald Trump has reportedly signed an executive order. This was August 11th, 2025, and it seems to have really profound implications for crypto.
Yeah, the document titles it Democratizing Access to Alternative Assets for 401k Investors. And what's really striking, I think, is the direct hit on U.S. retirement assets. The order's reported goal is to give people with 401ks and other retirement plans more access to alternative assets. That includes digital assets, provided the fiduciaries approve. And just quickly, fiduciaries, those are the financial pros legally bound to act in the best interests of the plan participants. So there's still that layer of oversight.
Right, okay. So it's not a free-for-all, but it's opening a door, a potentially very big door. What does this reported move mean for the market? like in terms of actual money?
Well, the source highlights that this could unlock access to something like $12 trillion in U.S. retirement funds. It literally calls it a potential game changer for getting crypto into the mainstream.
12 trillion.
Yeah, and to break it down, if just 1% of that total $12.2 trillion found its way into Bitcoin, you're looking at maybe $122 billion in investment. Even more specifically, 401k plans alone hold about $8.7 trillion. So a 1% allocation there, that's potentially $87 billion flowing into Bitcoin and crypto funds.
Okay, that's already huge.
But wait, if that allocation somehow hit 5%, the source projects an eye-popping $610 billion in flows. That's over a quarter, 26% of Bitcoin's current market cap, reported.
That's staggering. Those numbers are definitely ambitious. Does the document sort of temper this at all? I mean, are there counterpoints? This isn't just flipping a switch, right?
Right.
It's regulated retirement money.
Exactly. And the document does acknowledge that. It's careful to say these inflows, they won't happen instantly. It might take months, maybe even years to really see that kind of movement. But interestingly, it frames this gradual pace as a positive thing. It could strengthen Bitcoin's liquidity, its mainstream acceptance over time, potentially de-risking the whole asset class for traditional finance.
Okay, that makes sense. A slow build could be more sustainable. Now, the material zooms out again, suggesting these market shifts aren't happening in a vacuum. It connects them to a larger picture of, well, global stability, reportedly influenced by President Trump's geopolitical actions. What's the connection there, according to the source?
Right. The analysis ties these market moves to claims of historic peace initiatives. It says President Trump reportedly signed a peace treaty between Nazarene and Armenia, and it claims that in just 8 months, he ended 7 wars. Lists them out. Azerbaijan, Armenia, Cambodia, Thailand, Israel, Iran, through peace, through strength. It says Rwanda, Congo, India, Pakistan, Egypt, Ethiopia, and Serbia, Kosovo. The underlying sort of thread in the document is that this perceived global stability often boosts investor confidence across all markets, really, including crypto.
Yeah, it's quite a list of global hotspots. And the document even mentions an upcoming meeting between President Trump and President Putin, suggesting positive news on Ukraine and Russia could directly affect Bitcoin prices.
It does. It also mentions Tim Cook reportedly deciding to invest another $100 billion in the U.S. economy under this leadership.
Okay, so pulling that together, how does the source say this perceived global stability is actually influencing crypto investors right now?
It suggests a pretty strong positive link. The document points to current ETF inflows, says there are a staggering $864.9 million in just the last 24 hours. And it notes the total global crypto market cap has crossed $4 trillion, standing at $4.14 trillion. So the interpretation in the source is that this strong investor confidence is potentially tied to these executive orders and these geopolitical reports, a belief that things are settling down, making digital assets seem maybe less risky.
Got it. So moving from that really big macro picture, let's maybe narrow the focus back down. Let's get into some key players within the digital asset market itself, starting with stablecoins and CBDCs, central bank digital currencies.
Yeah, and the analysis presents the stablecoins and CBDCs as sort of philosophically the opposite of Bitcoin and other cryptos. The key difference highlighted is that they often keep some kind of central authority, right? Unlike Bitcoin's whole peer-to-peer censorship-resistant idea. But interestingly, it's still called stablecoins the driving force of the cryptocurrency world, which, volume-wise.
Yeah, the numbers seem to back that up.
Absolutely. There's a Coinbase report cited in the material. It details centralized exchange stablecoin trading volume at $1.68 trillion. That was as of July 29th. And non-USD-backed stablecoins, they apparently reached an all-time high, over $1 billion in total market cap.
And that Tron figure you mentioned earlier was huge, too. The document points out Tron network hitting a new all-time high, $81.9 billion in stablecoin market cap, mostly USDT, it says. But here's the tension, right? The source asks this core question. Can these stablecoin networks, because they rely on central entities, fiat backing, can they ever really claim the same decentralization, the trustlessness that Bitcoin has? What's the document's take?
Yeah, it's pretty blunt, actually. The answer given is a big fat no. It argues CBDCs are, quote, exactly the opposite of a peer-to-peer electronic cash system. It really emphasizes that stablecoin issuers, because they're centralized, they bring in counterparty risk, potential single points of failure. And that just goes against Satoshi's original vision for Bitcoin. It's that classic crypto tension, isn't it? Ease of use versus decentralization.
It really is.
But the material also acknowledges the flip side, that centralization can offer reliability, regulatory compliance. Faster speeds things that are pretty crucial if you want mainstream folks to adopt this stuff. And it also suggests that maybe President Trump's executive order could legally push stablecoin issuers towards more transparent audits, which could, give investors a bit more peace of mind.
So it's a trade-off, the ideal versus the practical needs of the market right now. Okay, let's shift gears a bit. Chainlink, key infrastructure player. The document highlights their launch of something called Chainlink Reserve. What's that about?
Yeah, this is interesting. It's essentially an on-chain reserve of link tokens, and it's built by converting revenue, both off-chain enterprise revenue and on-chain fees, directly into linked tokens. They use something called payment abstraction technology to do this. Basically makes it smoother to turn traditional money, off-chain money, into on-chain tokens. The document says this reserve already holds over 1 million link tokens, and it's expected to keep growing. The idea is to support the network's long-term growth, its sustainability. And Chainlink, they're already the leader in the Oracle space, right? Securing reportedly over $80 billion in value across more than 60 blockchains. So this reserve move just kind of strengthens their position, helps with tokenized asset adoption for both DeFi and traditional finance.
So it really shows a strong commitment to their own protocol being self-sustaining. That seems pretty critical for long-term health in this space.
Definitely.
And speaking of major developments, the document reports on the closure, finally, of the SEC versus Ripple case, the XRP case. That's been hanging over the market for ages.
Oh yeah, huge one for the industry. The document gives a good timeline, actually, looking at the implications for XRP. So the SEC sued Ripple Labs back in December 2020. The allegation was a $1.3 billion unregistered security offering with XRP. Then, after years, October 2023, a U.S. judge ruled that XRP sales on public exchanges were not securities. That was big. But institutional sales did violate the laws because they were unregistered offerings. So a split decision.
Right. A bit of a mixed bag initially.
Exactly. Then the SEC eventually dropped claims against Ripple's CEO and chairman, and that massive $2 billion fee request got knocked down to $125 million.
So what's the final word, according to this material?
Well, according to the source, in August 2025, under the Trump administration, the SEC and Ripple officially ended their appeals. Both sides just agreed to bear their own legal costs. Done.
And the impact on XRP price.
The document just says XRP's price is going off the chart because of the news. Settling this removes a massive cloud, right? Huge uncertainty gone.
No kidding. That's major.
And there's more on Ripple, too. The source notes they recently acquired a payment platform called Israel for $200 million. The goal seems to be expanding Ripple's stablecoin and XRP payment services, boosting virtual account features, making operations more efficient. So it really shows they're still pushing hard in the digital payments arena, aiming for wider global use.
Okay, that acquisition actually leads us nicely into our next topic. The document highlights some really exciting things happening in the Middle East, specifically Dubai, UAE, in the fintech and digital asset space.
Yeah, definitely shifts focus geographically here. First up, there's news about a company called Tarabut. They're described as a leading open banking and embedded finance platform, and they've reportedly secured in-principle approval from the Central Bank of the UAE. Now, this is apparently quite significant because it makes them the first regional fintech to be licensed under open finance rules across all three big Gulf economies: Bahrain, Saudi Arabia, and the UAE.
Okay, first across all three. So what does that mean practically for financial services there?
Well, Tarabut's tech lets regulated institutions use financial data with customer permission, of course, to make real-time credit decisions, verify income, offer personalized deals. This is aimed at helping underserved users, supporting embedded finance for small and medium businesses. The source notes it aligns nicely with national goals there, like boosting entrepreneurship and lowering barriers to getting credit.
So it sounds like they're building some foundational rails for modern finance in the region.
That's a good way to put it. With real-time connections to all the major banks in Saudi Arabia, Bahrain, and the UAE, the source suggests Tarabut is really well-positioned to scale embedded finance across the Middle East. It does make a point of saying they're currently in the Web 2 space, but yeah, their progress in building this infrastructure is definitely something to watch as the region digitizes further.
Absolutely. And then there's this other piece of news from the UAE, which sounds potentially massive. The Security Commodities Authority, the SCA, and Dubai's own Virtual Asset Regulatory Authority, VARA. They've reportedly agreed on a unified framework for regulating virtual assets across the entire UAE.
Yeah, this is fascinating. The clear goal here, according to the source, is to unify the rules, create one shared framework for licensing, supervision, coordinating legislation, basically make sure things are consistent nationwide. It's designed to cut down on regulatory overlap, duplicated effort, and bring in mutual recognition for VASP licenses, virtual asset service provider licenses issued in different emirates.
Okay, that sounds like, well, huge relief for companies trying to operate there. A single, clear path for licensing, unified rules. How does the document say this will affect the market?
It points to pretty significant benefits. For businesses, yeah, clarity, but also leading to faster responses from regulators, better transparency, and overall stronger market oversight. And connecting this to the bigger picture, this unified framework is meant to align UAE law with international standards. Specifically mentions FATF, the Financial Action Task Force guidelines. So there's a strong focus on AML, anti-money laundering, and CTF counterterrorism financing risk assessment, which is crucial, right, for fighting illicit finance.
Absolutely critical for legitimacy.
Exactly. So the ultimate goal described in the source is really to boost responsible innovation, protect investors better, and just build more market confidence in the UAE's whole virtual asset industry, cementing its place as a serious global hub for digital assets.
Wow, what a journey we've taken in this deep dive. All the way from U.S. executive orders potentially unlocking trillions in retirement funds to these reported geopolitical peace efforts influencing how investors feel. We've seen major players like Chainlink and Ripple making really strategic moves, and then the UAE stepping up, really emerging as a leader in how to regulate this space thoughtfully.
Yeah. Today's discussion, I think, really hammers home how interconnected everything is. Policy changes, tech advancements, regional strategies, they're all playing a crucial role in shaping this new financial landscape. And the sheer scale of the numbers we talked about today, trillions potentially unlocked, billions flowing in, it just highlights the immense potential and, the constant evolution of digital assets. It's moving so fast.
It really is. So as we wrap up this deep dive, here's something to maybe chew on, a provocative thought for you. If governments, established financial systems, if they keep embracing digital assets and blockchain tech more and more, what kind of new value creation, what new forms of economic participation might pop up that we can't even really imagine today? What does truly democratized access to these alternative assets actually look like in a world where owning digital assets becomes, as normal as owning stocks or bonds? Something to think about as this space just keeps evolving.